Hey guys, my name is Daniel Wilson. I'm the owner of Fox Fitness, and right now I'm about to take Michael on a walk through a shopping tour to teach him how to shop. I know it can be confusing, it can kind of be overwhelming when you're trying to follow this meal plan and whatnot. So we're gonna try to simplify things. I'm actually gonna take him myself on a shopping tour through the grocery store. So that is where we are about to go.
She heard about the name from a friend. They living in the city. Oh yeah. Body on a whole nother level. Small waist, big. Oh yeah. I see you in a bright blue skirt. She like my words. Hands on the hips, I be feeling on the curves. Coming to the whip.
We're about to get Michael 2 protein sources. We're gonna get him 2 carbohydrate sources, and then we're gonna get him 1 fat so he can have that in the evening time. So for the first protein source, usually it's some eggs or egg whites, which we're coming up on now. When it comes to getting egg whites, you can go with the whole eggs, or if you want more convenience, you can go with the carton of egg whites right here. I go with egg whites or the egg beaters. So it's a little bit more money, but it does save you time and it is more convenient and you can't beat that. So coming up on the milk, I actually prefer the Fairlife just because it has a little bit more protein in it, and it actually has less calories than skim milk, right? And then the thing about skim milk is it doesn't really have any protein at all, so it's kind of a 2-for-1 win-win. We actually got kicked out of Publix because we're not allowed to be filming. We got to go through corporate to get approval. So we're actually going to go test this out at Kroger. Hopefully they don't get kicked out of there. So I'll see you in a few. Kroger because we got kicked out of Publix. So round 2, let's try this again. Come on, Michael. Let's try to look incognito a little bit.
Can you do that, Justin?
I am so incognito. Far away from him. Incognito. Came in one way. Incognito. Not leaving the same.
All right, so no stoppage yet, no managers yet, but we're looking for, like I was saying in Publix, we're looking for 2 protein sources, 2 carbs, and then 1 fat to get Michael through the week. So right now, pretty much gonna avoid all of this area, this section. Let's kind of go over here to the fruits. So these being apples, this would be a carb source. We'll go ahead and pick 1 fruit as the carbohydrate source. Michael, what fruit do you want for your carb?
I want blueberries.
You want blueberries? All right, so that's actually gonna be over here. Hey, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Fantastic. So, 2 things of blueberries. 2 things of blueberries for his carb. He'll probably eat that for breakfast in the morning. All right, so now we're about to get a protein source. Whenever I get chicken, I always get the boneless, skinless chicken breast, just because I feel like you get more bang for your buck as opposed to like these, where you have to cut off a lot of the skin and there's also bone with it. And we're about to get shut down, I think. Again, round 3. Yes, I woke up like this, my hair all did up.
Woke up like this.
I woke up like this, flawless. Where it's a skit from Beyonce. You never heard the song? Go look it up, listen to it.
I'm here to get what I came for. An open invitation to bring slaughter. I bring precipitations to clean water.
So let's get our dinner. What kind of protein did you want for dinner? So we got egg whites for breakfast. We got chicken for lunch. And why don't we go ahead, I know I said we're only gonna get 2 protein choices, but just to have a little bit of variety, why don't we go ahead and get a 3rd one, and then that'll be his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So for dinner, we could do, you could do a fish, you could do a lean red meat, you could even do some type of dairy product. It just depends on your preference. All right, cool. So let's walk over this way.
It all started with Colombia.
When it comes to fish, I guess it depends on what you're using it for. So the salmon is really the one off the top of my head. It has a little bit more of the healthy fats in it, which is good, but it does have those extra calories. So in order to get like the leanest fish possible, you want to go more like a white fish. Tilapia is always a good one. I know all the surrounding negativity about tilapia, but hey, it's pretty low in calories. It's a good source of protein. Go with like a wild caught cod, maybe a wild caught shark if you want to be all natural. But Michael, is it okay if we go ahead and get the tilapia? Cool. All right. Skin's boneless. All right. That should. We are going to have an added source of fat. So actually, come back this way. So salmon is a good source for that. So we're going to go ahead and get that as well. Yogurt is a really good source of protein. I know it's a dairy. I know some health freaks kind of have their own opinion about that, but it is what it is. Go ahead and get our blueberries. This is going to be a carbohydrate source. I don't really ever get cereal, but this actually brings up a good point of how the nutrition industry can sometimes trick you. So you got crispy crispy oats, honey bunches of oats, right? Usually people think that's a pretty solid choice to go with, and I guess it can be. It just all depends on your portion sizes. But look at the nutrition facts. So you got 160 calories, total fat 2 grams, carbs is around 33 grams, protein is 3 grams, right? So check this out, and then let's go over here to something like cocoa rice puffs, whatever, right? Shoot. Would you look at that? So this is 140 calories, so it's actually less in calories. And then the total fat is actually around a half a gram, so it's less than the Cheerios. And then the carbs is a little bit less, 32 grams, and then protein's around the same. So do you guys see the similarities? This is just the same cereal, just packaged differently, right? It's in terms of calories and macronutrients. We're gonna get some oatmeal. Go with oatmeal just because there's a little bit more fiber, a little bit more protein, loaded with micronutrients, which is always good.
Variety pack?
All right, cool. Perfect. Probably need. There's a big difference between eating for health and eating for weight loss. Yeah, you can get something that's gluten, organic, all natural, but it still has the same amount of calories, sometimes more than its regular alternative, right? Skinless chicken breast, just straight up protein, pretty much for the most part. Is this cool with you, Michael? So we got our healthy fat, we got our carb for breakfast, we got our protein for dinner, and then actually a protein for lunch and dinner as well. So we just need some egg whites. Where are the eggs and the egg whites? Let's do another walk through. I be feeling like the man when I walk through. All I'm seeing is the eggs, so we're just gonna have to get those. Keep in mind, with a whole egg, it's the yolk that contains 5 grams of fat. So for every egg, it's 1 gram of protein, or 5 grams of protein and then 5 grams of fat. So in order to kind of cut out some of that fat, we just use the egg whites. And then I'll show you guys how to do that when we're doing the meal prep tutorial at Michael's house. But they don't have egg whites, so we're just gonna get the whole eggs. Cool. Alright. Usually for vegetables, I'll do the steam fresh ones just because it's super convenient. You throw it in the microwave, heat it up for 5 minutes, and boom, you have your vegetables. But I don't think they have that here, so we're just gonna have to get some raw ones, which is fine. just as healthy. Really, when it comes to eating, it's more about variety than actually like any one particular food group. So, Michael, is asparagus good? Yeah, cool. Gonna get 1 or 2 of those. All right, guys, we finally finished up after getting kicked out of Publix, Kroger. We finally made it into Aldi's where we were successful. I had no idea where I was. That was literally the first time I'd ever been into Aldi, so it took a little bit longer to get the items, but we got them. And now I'm gonna take Michael to his house where I'm actually gonna help him prep all the food. So I will see you there. And guys, if you think that would be beneficial for you to have a personal trainer actually go grocery shopping with you and go actually prep the food with you, go ahead and click that link above, type in that info. Someone will reach out to you very, very soon, and I look forward to speaking with you.
It all started with Columbia, but sending your demo to a major label at 16 will humble ya. I opened the mail and stumbled upon a reply, fumbled to get it open. I read it and wondered.